Another budget measure the government is considering is intended to have the dual effect of raising revenue and combating the housing affordability problem. It's a tax on vacant properties owned by foreign investors. A new Australian startup has another potential solution, offering buyers the chance to invest in real estate one brick at a time. For as little as around $50, you can own a piece of an inner city apartment in Sydney. While that won't make you quite enough money to buy a home outright, the company says it does give people a chance to get a foot on the property ladder and at least begin to save for a deposit. Barbara Miller has the story.
Tegan. Hi, I'm Anthony, CEO of BrickX.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to our Bondi face.
How exciting.
Yeah, I hear you're an investor in Bondi. How many bricks do you own in Bondi?
I have 5 bricks.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Brilliant.
So which 5 bricks are mine?
So we've got a bedroom there. It's a 2-bed place. There's 1 bedroom there and another bedroom here.
It's gorgeous.
It's great, isn't it? Look at this room. Look how big this room is.
Wow, this is huge.
And just so close to the beach as well.
I know. I started investing in BrickX 6 months ago and just slowly add 1 or 2 bricks, and they're sort of about $100 each, so 1 or 2 a month. And if I have some spare, I buy a few more. So I have 5 in this one and 5 in a few others as well. It's a small investment that I have at the moment, so obviously the returns are like a few dollars here and there, but every little bit counts. And when I did start buying the bricks, it was at the point where I'd realised, like, I'm 33, I'm a single mum, there was no way in the world I was going to be able to save a deposit for a house in the next 10 to 15 years.
We buy a property which goes into a trust, which is split into 10,000 units or bricks or shares, as some people call them, and you own that part of the property, that part of that trust which owns the property. All the properties are rented out, so every single month you get your share of the net rental income, and as the property changes in value, and they're independently valued, the values of your bricks change in value too.
And explain to me just the limitations of how much any one buyer can get.
Sure. So any one buyer can own up to 5% of any individual property. The reason we do that is for 2 reasons really. We keep you below stamp duty thresholds, and the other reason is for liquidity. The more owners there are of each individual property, the more liquid it becomes.
So once we find the area that we want, then what we do is we start looking down a little bit closer at things. And some of the key things we look for are buildings that are in relative scarcity, that are well positioned, well maintained, broad street appeal. All these sorts of things we know will just help them stand out a little bit better, both as a property in terms of its quality, but also for the tenancies. We look at the natural light, and in this instance you can see we're bathed in north light, north sun. There's nice level access in from the street, the building's well maintained, you can see the grounds are well kept, so we know that means the building is in good order.
So Barbara, what I'll do is I'll quickly show you the site. So this is the BrickX homepage. There are fees, so the way that we make money as BrickX is there's a transaction fee on every transaction. We don't charge any kind of funds under management fees or performance fees. So the total is $197 there, and I click confirm purchase, and that's it, and I now own 2 bricks in Bondi.
BrickX is a game changer. If you look at trying to invest in residential property at the moment, you can invest directly. You can buy a house, but you do need a very big deposit, and that is a challenge for a lot of people. You can invest indirectly, so you could invest in companies like Mirvac or Stockland that have high exposure, but again, you're not investing directly in an individual property.
Do you think we're going to see a number of companies copying essentially the BrickX model?
It will be interesting. I mean, there's a few out there, and there are a lot of people looking at what we refer to as prop tech. And, you know, prop tech at the moment is a fairly undeveloped part of the financial services industry. So, you know, no doubt, I'd imagine that there are others looking at this, and you know, there are other companies that provide a similar product.
Here we've got one of the double bedrooms.
I know it's only a small, like, fractional investment of a property, but just to have a part of it is very exciting, and it makes me look forward to the day where I can say, this is my apartment. That would be amazing. And like 6 months ago, that seemed just like it was never going to happen. But now I see the little returns, and I see that if you do start doing bits and pieces, you do start to see small bits coming back and start to build slowly. And the more you build on that, the bigger it'll get. And now I think that one day I will have my own apartment.